This is a look into personal conversation that I've had with somebody. I won't say who it is and how exactly it went when I came out. So this is an account to the best of my remembrance. Well, I came here today to tell you something about me, and it's kind of a hard thing to get off my chest.
Are you a communist?
No, I'm not a communist. No, definitely not. I mean, yeah, I'm a communist.
All right, I was just wondering because I've been thinking since you called me today about what it is that you could have possibly lay on us. I can't think of anything other than you're gay or you're a communist.
Well, I am not gay and I'm not a communist, so no. Um, I'm not either one of those. No, as you know, when I was younger, I, got held back in first grade. I had lots of problems with authority figures. I had almost just nonstop issues in kindergarten, had to go to counseling and stuff. I think you do remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember a lot of that.
All right, so I'm gonna explain where that all came from. Basically, um, I'm not gay, but I have felt like a woman or a girl, but born a guy.
So you're saying that you're actually a girl. We know what that is. That's called transgender. We've learned that in school.
So you know about it. So you know about how I feel and everything.
Yeah, it's pretty extreme, actually. You have been known to be very extreme. So what's the end game? So why are you telling us this?
Well, I am telling you this because you're going to start to see some changes in me, and I don't want you to feel assaulted if you see me, start to change.
So you're going to go through a sex change.
Well, no. I mean, it could lead to that. I don't know. But I'm just doing small steps at a time and trying to get my dysphoria and anxiety to go down.
So you're saying that this is something you've held in for most of your life, and these are all the issues we're coming from, and now it's gotten to a point where you need to change.
Yeah, and I mean, basically, yes. Yes, basically, I have gotten to a point where I was actually going to commit suicide, and instead of taking my life, I decided not to.
You really were going to take your life over this.
Yes, I actually sat up in a park contemplating it. And the one distasteful thing that I could not handle was everybody talking in my funeral as if I was a guy, hearing the he's, and he was a great guy, and I really loved him, and that idea actually kept me alive because I didn't want to go out that way. I didn't want everybody to know me as something I wasn't.
So okay, so fine. You've been depressed and you're going through this. So what is it that you're going to be doing exactly? What's this process? What does this mean exactly?
Well, I'm coming to you first off because I really want you to know what's going on with me and keep you in the loop, and because you're really important to me. I'm sitting down and I'm telling both of you because you're important to me and I want to keep you in my life. So, but I plan on, like you can see, my ears are pierced. So I've pierced my ears, and I've made plans to start taking hormone replacement therapy soon. And I've started studying everything about GID. It's called gender identity dysphoria. So I'm just taking, like I said, just doing it one step at a time. And I really don't know where it's going to lead me.
Well, to be honest with you, I think that you would regret having a sex change.
Why do you say that?
Because you've always done very extreme things since you were little.
Yes, but you know why I've done those extreme things. You can't bottle up extreme emotions of feeling like you're the opposite gender and not have some kind of manifestation in some other way, whether it be drugs or alcohol or, fighting authority figures or getting, in trouble in school. There's going to be something, and that's where mine came from.
Okay, so I get that you've been like that because we've always called you a hothead.
Exactly. You've called me a hothead, and I've always been a really angry person and all these other things. And ever since I've come out, and started telling people, I've really felt more at peace.
Well, it is true, actually. I can say every time you would come to a family event, or when you would show up, the room would seem big enough, but as soon as you showed up, the room would feel a lot smaller. Like there just wasn't enough room. You were very loud, very, very just like an attention whore almost. You were just out there.
Exactly. And every time I left those family events, I was very depressed. And I'd be depressed for weeks because I was representing as something I wasn't. So that's why I'm making this change.
Well, I can admit since you came in today that you've let us do a lot more talking than you normally would, and I can definitely see a change, actually, just from this short time right here. So I can see that it does make some kind of difference for you. I can see that.
Yes, actually, it's made a huge difference. My anxiety levels have gone down. For instance, when I told my girlfriend about me, I was walking on clouds. Like, life was awesome and I felt good. I was just like, wow. Like, I was just wowed by how different I felt, how much better I felt about myself.
Well, you know it is a form of mutilation, right? If you ever do go through with sex change surgery.
I'm aware that it's a surgery, but I don't think it's mutilation.
Well, they just take the penis and flip it inside out and tuck it inside.
Well, that's kind of an abrasive way to put it, but I think that leaving this obtrusive thing on my body is more so of going to hinder me than anything. Although I'll let you know that I'm trying to keep it. Like, I'm trying to just get rid of my dysphoria, so I may not get rid of it. You don't have to keep going back to that, by the way. I understand. I understand what you're saying.
All right, well, just to let you know, I don't know if I can have you around my children. I don't know if I want them to see that and get confused.
Well, why would they get confused? They're very young.
Well, I don't want them to be questioning their gender at a young age. I also don't want them being influenced into doing the same thing you're doing. I don't want my children to be, I don't want them to be in that kind of environment.
So you're saying that I can't be around your family anymore?
Well, I'm saying you and I can hang out, we can hang out, but I don't want you around my children.
So I can't be around your children? Well, what if I'm 100% passable as a female?
To be honest with you, I think you'll go back to being male.
So you think that would be confusing your kids? Wow.
Truth is that you're pretty unstable right now. You've just come out, you are talking about doing a sex change, a gender role change. You're talking about doing some very extreme things, and you've always been very extreme. So I feel like this is just going to be another one of those big mistakes you've made, because you've made a lot of mistakes in your life, and you hurt a lot of people.
Okay, so this is going to be a mistake. I hurt a lot of people. I'm not in your children's lives anymore.
Well, I'll just say this. Look, I'll be the shot caller on it. If you're passable, you seem stable, you've transitioned for some time, and I feel like you're passable enough to where my kids won't be confused, then I'll let you around them.
So it just depends on how well I do and how womanly I look, is what you're saying.
Yeah, just, I've got to protect my family. And if that means I have to protect them from you, then that's what I have to do. That's just the way it is.
Well, okay, this was a very sobering conversation.
Sorry that I have to be honest with you like you're being honest with us, that this is something that I don't want around my children.
Okay. Alright, well, guess that's the end of the conversation then.
I love you, don't get me wrong, I love you. I don't want to see you make this change, but obviously you've made up your mind, you're going to do it no matter what.
Not necessarily. I'm exploring all my options. I'm just trying to survive.
Well, I love you. Feel free to call me still. We can still hang out. The only difference is I don't want you around my children.
I know, I got that. You don't have to say it again.
Alright.
Alright, well, I gotta go.
Alright, well, don't be a stranger. Give me a call.
Okay. I'll give you a call later then.
Alright, bye.
Bye.